All right, folks, we're back. It's the Alex Jones Show. I am Jason Burmy2 subbing in. I'm going to be doing the weekday show until Thursday, as Alex is at the DNC. Lots of exciting things going on at the Democratic National Convention. Hopefully, Alex is going to be on the inside. But he's also in the park where they have a permit to protest there just 1,000 feet away. And you can check all that stuff out over at Infowars.com. We're going to be broadcasting live from several different cameras, doing live reports from the DNC. Because you got to understand, folks, this is not about the left or the right, Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. It's all nonsense, okay? They're all owned by the same corporate elite. And that's why we're going to get into Joseph Biden right now. Joey B, okay? Joey B has been around for a while. He's wanted to be president for a while. He's been taking part in debates. I believe he was in both the 2004 and 2008 race for the Democratic nomination. And he is a old-time good old boy. How do I mean? Well, he's a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, and back in 1992 for the Wall Street Journal actually wrote an article entitled, and you can go check this out yourself, How I Learned to Love the New World Order. Now, a lot of you out there think the New World Order doesn't exist. It's a figment of my imagination. Well, later we're going to play Georgian President Saakashvili talking about how Russia is against the New World Order, because Saakashvili is a big pro-New World Order guy. He's been wanting to get into NATO, become part of this world system. He sent the third largest amount of troops into Iraq on behalf of the United States. They're slowly withdrawing for their conflict there, but they've been waiting again to be granted NATO status, become part of this quote-unquote world power. Now, the New World Order here, if you start talking about it, you're a kook, you're a tinfoil hat wearer, you're a wrestling fan. Well, people like Gordon Brown, who run the UK, folks, Prime Minister over there, use the term all the time. We might even play that clip for you. He literally talks about a New World Order and the United Kingdom's place in that New World Order and how it's more than just a global order, but it will actually be an order in which we set policy. So Joseph Biden knows about the New World Order, has talked about it before. I wish I could pull the clip where he actually asks Roberts when he was going for Supreme Court. He was going to be a member of the Supreme Court, and Joseph Biden actually asked him what his position would be if the United States governments would like to put RFID chips in humans, and said that, yes, you will make that decision in your lifetime. I forget how Roberts answered. I think he answered, I'd never do that. Yet, Verichip exists right now. You can go on eBay, buy one for $10, and program it to do whatever you like. It's just an RFID reader. So Joseph Biden also happens to know a lot more about 9/11 than he's letting on. People like the Student Scholars for 9/11 Truth and We Are Change have confronted him on several occasions. He's well aware of the program Able Danger, in which they actually found out about Atta and others, tried to bring that information to the FBI 70+ times before 9/11, and they were ignored. Well, a lot of that had to do with the fact that two of these guys, Khalid al-Madar and I want to say it was Saeed al-Ghamdi, both lived with and rented from a known tested FBI informant, and then later that FBI informant did not have to talk before Congress. Basically, his FBI handler said, no way. That is actually in Fabled Enemies. But another part in Fabled Enemies is the Pakistani funding of the hijackers. Now, for those who don't know, here's a little history lesson. The ISI, or Inter-Services Intelligence Agency over there, is the CIA, basically. It's their central intelligence organization. And guess who helped set it up in the 80s? Well, the CIA. So the CIA actually helped set up their intelligence services, and then later, it's a puppet government. Musharraf has been under the United States' thumb for years now. He used to be our enemy, now he's our friend. Now he's leaving for some other puppet dictator. And they were caught funding Muhammad Atta. They had wired Atta $100,000 the day before the attack. Now, according to the 9/11 Commission, $500,000 to pull off the attack. This would have been 1/5 of the funding, and a foreign government sponsor of 9/11. Now, we know that that is just impossible. There could not be any foreign government sponsors behind 9/11. Well, it looks like that $100,000 wire transfer did happen, and we have it in Fabled Enemies, and we're going to play that teaser for you guys right now. The Fabled Enemies teaser with Joseph Biden. It's about 2 minutes long, and he admits straight up it's classified. The ISI was helping fund it. All right, play it away.
Senator Joe Biden, who had also met with the head of the Pakistani ISI, would have harsh words on the Senate floor.
And the word should go out to those who pretend that they wish to be our friends, that they're going to have to make some very difficult choices. Pakistan in particular is going to have to make a very difficult choice very soon. Words will not be sufficient. Actions will be demanded.
When Biden was confronted, he confirmed his meeting with Ahmed, saying Pakistani intelligence was indeed funding the Taliban.
Sir, other question. In the days following 9/11, you met with the head of Pakistani ISI, General Muhammad Ahmed. It has since come to light that he ordered Saeed Sheikh to wire $100,000 to Muhammad Atta. Why was he allowed to go back to Pakistan, and why wasn't he questioned, and why were you meeting with him?
I met with him to deliver a message that if he didn't stop supporting the Taliban, we would take him out.
Why did we let him go? We let him fly freely. We never investigated him. We never even looked into him.
Look, there's a thing called diplomatic passports. We did not arrest Khrushchev when he came.
But he financed the hijackers, and you let him go, and he's free. He hijacked the hijackers.
No one knew he financed the hijackers.
It's wise.
It's reported.
He would later state that the information was indeed classified.
How did you know the ISI was helping the Taliban, sir? How did you know they were helping them out? Is it classified?
Oh, it's classified. All right, let's pull the clip. So there you have it. He's meeting with Ahmed prior to 9/11. Before it happens, he knows they're funding these guys. By the way, Senator Bob Graham and Porter Goss, the two guys that would lead the initial congressional investigation, would be meeting with that same guy on the morning of 9/11 in D.C. having breakfast with him. Okay? In the weeks before 9/11, he's meeting with George Tenet and the National Security Council. Weird. Never brought on charges. Nothing ever happens to the guy. All right, I got a couple minutes before the break, so let's take a caller. Let's take Kevin in Canada. Hopefully this works. Kevin, are you with me?
Yes, sir, I am. How you doing, Mr. Jason? I'm sorry I forgot your last name.
That's all right, man. What's on your mind?
I just want to say it's incredible that anyone's even bothering to look at this NIST report. I mean, it'd be nice if we could all investigate ourselves all the time. But, I mean, we need an independent body of some kind.
Well, we do have that independent body. I think architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth do a hell of a job. I think Stephen Jones has put the science out there. He's shown the molten metal pouring from World Trade Center 1 and 2 that could not be aluminum. That has to be either iron or steel or a combination of both. I think he's proven his thermite or thermate hypothesis beyond a reasonable doubt, too. I suspect that was what was used to cut those charges. I think we do have that, but they refuse to look at that evidence. So what are we to do but to talk to people like you and this large radio audience at KLBJ?
We even have that gentleman from MIT that came out with that great report.
Jeff King, are you talking about? I mean, he did that initially. I mean, Jeff King was one of the first guys to come out. I mean, we have MIT structural engineers. We have architects from all over the world. This is common knowledge in Europe, folks. So, I mean, I think we just have to keep pushing on, Kevin.
I agree. Keep up the fight, my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Folks, Fabled Enemies drops September 1st, and you can see it in super high quality over at prismplanet.tv in DivX format. We encourage you to go check out Infowars.com and actually see Joseph Biden's New World Order speech. He didn't just write about it, folks. He talked about it. So we'll be back after this. I'm Jason Burmy, subbing in for Alex Jones. He'll be live from the DNC, sure.